Okay, very good morning. We'll continue our Java class. And in the last class, we started our discussion with one simple program. We learned why Java is famous and how to compile Java and what is actually Java virtual machine, how Java is both compiled and interpreted. All this information we discussed, and with the history of Java, how Java is started, all these stories also we started. Okay, and we just written one simple program, even though we've not discussed much about how to do this program and all. Okay, just to give you the flavor of Java, just I put one example. Okay, anyway, we'll move further to see how you can write other task with Java. Okay, will today we'll discuss some more details. Okay, we are moving slowly. Okay, as somebody like oh, I don't know to write the program, all this. If you feel, don't worry, we not at all started to write the program. And as I told, learning is different, executing is different, and writing is different. So don't worry about that. Okay, try to learn the flavor of Java. As I told, whatever the doubts you are having, okay, please let me know. Don't keep yourself. You can text me at any time so that I'll message you back. Okay, now we'll start with our second program. We already written this. Okay, that is one class with the example open flower bracket, and inside that we written public static void main, and argument is string, one variable, open bracket, close bracket, all these things. Even though you don't know much detail about all these things, but as I told, it is what the syntax you have to write. Later, in coming classes, you will come to know more detail about this syntax itself. Okay. Inside that main, we written system.out.println. And now you identified what is print and what is println. That's what we concluded in the last class. Okay. Println means after printing, it will go to next line. Print, just it will print and cursor will remain there itself. Okay, so this is what the syntax. This is what the first program what we written. Okay, I also told where you can execute. You can write this in Notepad, and using Java compiler you can execute. You can type this in Eclipse, so that on the editor itself you are having the option to run, and then online cloud you can execute. Okay, all these things I told. Okay, in I think this week I'll show you the demo also. Let us first start how to understand the concept. Okay, once you are familiar with writing the program, then we'll move to how to execute and how to see the output and all. Okay, now see, in today's class, just I'll give some more flavor to this program. Okay, that means we are writing second program, but please remember, okay, you are always writing class name inside that public static void main. Okay, and open flower bracket, close flower bracket. All the task what you are performing should be inside the main. Okay, now we'll declare one variable. Okay, how to declare the variable? Let us consider int. Int is a keyword. Okay, and num. Num is one variable. We defined integer type one variable. I told variable means it starts with the letter followed by letter or digit. Anyway, here n is the starting letter. Any name you can give. Okay, now we'll assign some number to that because it is an integer constant. So I'll assign num is equal to 100. Okay, after that I wanted to display that. What I'll do, system.out.println that num. See, the variable you are giving, so that you'll get the output. That means you wanted to print this. 100, because if you run this program, you will get the output as 100. Okay. And after that, system.out.print first program that also comes, because I written that also. Okay. Now, after that, I'll write this. What I will do? Number, that means this variable itself, I'll multiply with 2. So what now number becomes? Number becomes 100 into 2, that is 200. Okay. Now, once again, I'll print system.out.println num. So you will get 200 as the output. Okay. So just instead of writing like that, okay, now I'll give one more option to print. That is, just instead of writing 200, what I'll do, I'll write some story. The result is, okay. I just wanted to do that. See, observe, it is in double quotes. So whatever in double quotes, that will print as it is. Okay. And after that, you have to print num. Is it not? So you have to append this plus. Okay. So that the result is 200. Output you will get is, the result is 200. Like that, you will get the output. Okay. Result is 200. See, many things we are learning today. That means, see this, in Java, it is not like C, so that all the variable declaration should be at the starting itself. Like int a comma b comma c, I will do all the initialization at the declaration at the beginning itself. No, wants Java will basically Java will give the option to declare a variable anywhere in the program. Okay, before using, you declare, that's all. Okay, it is not necessary to declare all at the beginning itself. No, whenever you are using, you can declare that. If you declare at the beginning, then also no problem. But if you forget, means when you are using, you can declare. I'll show you that. One thing. Second, see, observe, normally in C and all, the print statement comes at the output stage at the end, is it not? So you can print wherever you want. If you want to see the intermediate result, immediately you can give the system.out.print that you can see that. Now, in this program, many things are there to learn. Just I am using this emoji to remember few new concepts which is important in perspective of your interview or any objective type question. Okay, then I'll list under this emoji. Okay, see this. First, system.out.println, the result is plus num. Now, if you observe, you are getting the output as the result is 200, is it not? Now, see, this is how to give the output. This symbol plus means we know so far only addition. Now the plus is used as concatenation in Java. Okay, please remember plus is an operator. Okay, and it is used as concatenation. Concatenation in Java. It is not only used for addition. Okay, inside the print statement, if you are using, means it will concatenate. That means you are concatenating number to the result is. Okay, the result is one string. Okay, for that you appended num. Okay, so appending job is done by plus. So it is nothing but concatenation. Okay, so please remember, plus is a operator not only for addition, it is used to concatenate in Java. Next, see one task for you. You just observe. I'll declare two variables. Let us consider int. Okay. So please take care. Java is case sensitive. It is small I. Okay. Let us consider int a equals 10, b equals 20. If I give system.out.println, what is the output? Definitely it is 10. Is it not? There is no doubt. Okay. If I print b, then there is no doubt it is 20. Okay. If I print system.out.println a plus b plus a plus b. So what you will get? So in double quotes a plus b as it is. Okay. For that you appended plus a, that is plus a means 10. Okay. For that you appended b, so you will get plus 20. That means this is what the output you are getting. Output is a plus b. See how the output arrives. A plus b 10, 20. Like that you will get the output. Okay. Now see, if I put the braces inside that, okay, a plus b plus a plus b, that means we are indirectly indicating that you have to compute what is in the braces that first. That is this first. Then what is the output? A plus b, okay, then 30 you will get. Is it not? Very important. Sometimes you may get this question in any objective question. Okay, if you simply use plus, okay, you will get that will be appended. Okay, if you use braces, it will compute first. Okay, whatever the information inside the braces, that will be computed first. Okay, after that the result will be appended to a plus b. Is it clear? Okay. Now one more question comes maybe in your mind. That is, if I type system.out.println a plus b, what is the output? Okay, so output is definitely not 10, 20. It will compute a plus b, you will get 30. Okay, very important. If you give like this, definitely it is 30. Okay, because it is not appending to anything, is it not? But if you give like this, it will append. If you use braces, it will compute first, then it will append. Okay, so after this particular session is over, you please go through this. Okay, so you'll get the more knowledge about this. Is it clear? Okay, because our println is one method. Okay, where the arguments are used to output. Okay, so here how that will be considered, that's what I showed. Okay, now because we are observing some examples, that's why in between this particular unit, okay, in first unit you have this particular statement in your syllabus. That's why I am dealing with this. Okay, two control statements, because we are writing so many examples. Okay, we will learn about control statement in unit 2. Okay, for that purpose, what is needed very much, that we are highlighting. That is, one is if statement and another is for loop. Okay, if statement, you know that in any particular example. Okay, same example I'll repeat what we written. Okay, public static void main, inside that, okay, I'll declare two variables, int x equals 10, y equals 20. Okay, we declare two variables. See, in the last particular example, what I did, I just declared first int is equal to num, and after that I initialized what is num. Is it not? Num I just declared, and after that I initialized what is num. Instead of writing like that, directly you can initialize num is equal to 100, int num is equal to 100. Okay, that also will not make any difference. So here just like that, x equals 10, y is equal to 20, we return. Now see, control statement, first one, if statement. How to write it? See, if it is same as your known language, if, if small letter, okay, You just observe here, if small letter, open brace, and inside that condition and close brace. Okay, if x is less than y, system.out.println x is less than y. Just I'll type that. Next, I'll make y is equal to 10. See, you can initialize that anywhere. Okay, so y is equal to 10. Earlier it was 20, now it turned into y is equal to 10. Now, if x equals y, double equals, okay, this is less than operator, okay, this is equals to compare, okay, whether x is equal to y, double equals, okay, we can use less than, greater than, okay, instead of single equals will not compare, it will assign, okay, normally see, it will assign, but because of that purpose, we are using double equals so that it will compare. If x is equal to y, then we are dealing with x is equal to y. We are just putting that by telling that x is equal to y. Now, I'll make y equals 5. Okay. Now, if x is greater than y, definitely x is greater than y, you can print x is greater than y. So, here, once again, if statement, how it is works, conditional check, okay, it will check whether it is small letter, okay, if open brace, condition, close brace. This is how the control statement, if statement works, okay, if with condition. Now, definitely, if you are very much familiar with C and all, okay, there is one difference in Java. See, in Java, in C, this is what? If one statement will execute, that means actually condition statements, that means any condition. In detail, I'll tell you in our second unit, but anyway, for time being, see, please remember x is less than y, x is whether x is equal to y, or whether x is greater than y. All these, okay, will return true or false. Okay, true or false. That means if x value is less than y, oh, true. If true, it will come to statement. If it is false, okay, that means x value is greater than y, then it will not execute. This is what, okay. So if condition returns true or false in Java, okay, but actually in C, it returns 0 and 1, okay. 1 means true, 0 means false, okay. So if condition 1, this statement will execute perfectly in C, but not in Java. Okay. In Java, you can't write like this. In Java, how to write? You have to write like this. If true, this works. Okay. Because integer value will not considered in if statement in Java. Okay. In Java, it is correct. Okay. But in C, you can write like that. If 1 is 0. Okay, this is additional information which is required, very important. Normally, who are very much familiar about C, they will write like that. Okay, but that not holds good in Java. Java takes Boolean value, true or false, not integer value 0 and 1. Okay, this is about one control statement. If next, another control, for loop. For loop, the syntax, okay, same example, will write, I'll declare one variable int x, okay, and for loop syntax is for, okay, and for open brace, okay, initial semicolon, condition semicolon, increment or decrement. Okay, this is what the syntax of for loop. Initial, we declared x, that you initialize, and after that check the condition, okay, up to where, because after initializing each loop you will make the increment of that, where it should stop. Okay, you can process that up to 10. Okay, you check whether x is less than 10. Yes means you print the value of that. Okay, see, first time value of x is 0. Next it will increment, x becomes 1. Whether 1 is less than 10, yes, so you'll get the output 1. Next 2, 3, like that you'll get the output up to 9. Okay, and when x is less than 10, it will print the value. Okay, so this is what for loop. Like iteratively, if you wanted to get the output, you can use for loop. Okay, and previous one, if is just to verify the condition, for is just to print. I wanted to print 10 elements, then you can't use any if or something like that. Okay, for loop is iteratively print that. Okay, and if you, what is the new things you are learning here? It is, instead of writing like this, I can directly write like this. It is not necessary to declare and use. Directly in Java you can write the declaration int x. Here itself you can write, see this. Okay, because suddenly you are writing a for loop, so you might have forget to declare that. There itself you declare. Okay, and its scope is valid only for that. Okay, so this is what in Java how you can declare. Okay, in detail about this we will discuss in next unit. Just